Now, yeah.
There we go. All right, welcome everyone. All right, well, let's get started. Let me share my screen and we'll take you on a journey of addressing solutions for challenging behaviors. So, in the last week or so, it really has hit home for me, as Ed was saying. The regional office got on our board meeting yesterday, and they were talking about the importance of this and the new challenges that many programs and teachers are facing, and how they are going to be embracing teaching pyramid in California and pyramid model elsewhere in Region 9 really heavily this year with resources and trainings. And we have, as we'll talk about today, we saw this coming even before the pandemic. We started to look at how we can help young children be able to self-regulate their emotions, learn about their emotions, have high self-esteem, to try to avoid these teenage issues that we've seen all over the country, and they continue today. So that's kind of where our motivation came from, and it's led us into this arena of really being able to help a lot of people. I did a workshop this week at the National Native American Head Start Directors Association in Washington, D.C., and I got to talk to a lot of teachers and coaches and managers about the issues that they're dealing with and how we can help solve them. And it's very humbling and feels very rewarding to be able to have resources and strategies and trainings to be able to help with this. So we're happy that you're here. We're going to do what we can to help you, and we're going to walk you through who we are, what we do, and then some of the resources and strategies that may be able to help you. And then we're hoping that some of you will want to learn more individually for your programs, and that we'll be able to connect and teach you more about what we're doing and how we might be able to help. If you have questions along the way, please don't hesitate to write them in the chat. And then Courtney, please keep an eye on that, because I probably will forget. All right, so let's see. How do I change the screen? What am I doing wrong? Hey, there we go. All right, so we focus on several things: trauma-informed care, pyramid model consortium, classroom kits, and teaching pyramid is what we call it in California, social emotional resources, and we have support for the class assessment in both instructional support and classroom management. And then we have family engagement, because we all know how important that is. And so we focus a lot in that area as well. We're family owned and operated. My oldest son, Sean, and I started the company 10 years ago now. And we brought on my son, Patrick, who Sean's done every single job in the company, and now he's running as the CFO. Patrick came in and he became our producer of the company, and our branding, purchasing, operations, which he's done an amazing job of doing. And then Jeannie came in as a salesperson about 3 years ago, and she's my sister, and my wife is in charge of all of us. So we're a small but mighty company. I spent 25 years at Lakeshore Learning Materials, and that's where I really learned about early childhood education, and really fell in love with what teachers do and what coaches and administrators do for families of young children. We're expanding all over the country, and it's exciting because we were, based here in Southern Cal, but we've been growing everywhere, and it's been fun. So we continue that growth. Here's a little picture of everybody. You've got Sean and I on the bottom right, Jeannie up on top, Patrick, Jared and Courtney are brother and sister. So that's another story altogether. But Jared came on board with us in our warehouse in Southern California. We hired him as a sales rep, and then his sister Courtney found out about us, and we ended up hiring Courtney, and she's now helping she's the glue that keeps us all together. And then Sandy Ampudia, you'll see on the bottom, Sandy's an amazing trainer. She helps do most of our training and she leads our other trainers. So we'll talk more about training a little bit later as well. But we feel like we have an amazing team. And we're excited about that. What happened here? Oh, here we go. I'm really happy to announce, and I want you to take your phones out right now and get your phone out, do this QR code and sign up for a Treat Yourself Self-Care Day. And what we're doing is we're giving away once a month a $200 Visa gift card to one lucky person to go out and spend it on themselves in some way. So go to the spa, get your nails done, go out to dinner, go to a ball game, a show, whatever it is, that go horseback riding, do something special for yourself. And then if you're a coach, administrator, and you know a teacher who's been doing this for 10 years or more, and just dedicated to the families and children, and they're not in it for the big paycheck, and they would never treat themselves to a vacation of this kind, we would love you to nominate someone and send them off to the vacation of their dreams. And we're giving up to $7,500 for airfare, hotel, and expenses to anywhere in the world that they may want to go. And it's our way of giving back to teachers and early childhood educators. So please do that, because we want you to win and enjoy it, or send somebody that you appreciate. Okay, so now into the more the meat of it. Why we're here today. Well, we partnered up with Region 9 Head Start to do a revenue sharing program. So any of you that purchase materials from us over the next few months, we're going to give back to the association, and they use it for advocacy and for a variety of other reasons. We all vote as a board how to use these funds, and so we're going to give back as much as we can. We've had a bunch of programs already purchasing, and we're excited to be able to share these revenues with the association and ultimately with programs like yours. All right, Courtney, this keeps making me go back to this, so I don't know why. So what we're finding out, as we saw earlier, teachers are battling with challenging behaviors, a top priority. There's lots of turnover right now, a lot of new teachers coming in. People are looking for new ways and even old ways that work to be able to help with these issues. And we have some that we're going to share with you. Programs benefit by having this partnership because you're going to get resources and materials and trainings that are going to help your teachers and your children and families too. Problems that we solve right now, I'd like to tell you, I don't know if you're familiar with the Discovery Sources, other resources, but we partner with other companies that want quality salespeople and service for their customers, but they don't want to hire a full-time sales rep. So we partner with Brooks Publishing. And so all the ASQ work that's done here in this region, we are responsible for helping programs get the ASQ out to you. And we also partner with a company called Kodo Kids. Kodo Kids has amazing hands-on materials for helping teach science and engineering, technology, engineering, and math. Really cool stuff if you haven't ever seen it before. When the pandemic hit, we partnered with a company called Innovative Healthcare Solutions, and we've been selling these sanitizing and disinfecting cabinets and air purifying systems that are called Zono and Halo. And we're always looking for solutions to help our customers. And the ones that we create, our brand, you'll see through a presentation today. But I just wanted to share that we have these other relationships, and many of you have probably used some of those companies already. When we first got into this, we came up with, we wanted to create some kind of solution for young children to learn how to calm themselves and to learn about their feelings and emotions. And we partnered with the Santa Clara County Office of Education in San Jose. They were doing a workshop for teachers on calm down strategies. And they called us and said, hey, Dave, can you make us something more commercially available, higher quality, something that teachers can use over and over in the classroom with children? And we created the Calming Kit. And so it's all based on research-based strategies to help children learn about their feelings and emotions and how to self-regulate them with a variety of different strategies, including breathing and stretching and doing yoga movements and listening to music and drinking water, all a variety of different ways to really redirect children's behavior and try to give them strategies for being able to calm themselves in the moment. And some of these need to be taught proactively every day, like the breathing strategies are amazing to calm children down in large groups. Learning how to breathe in through their nose and out through their mouth also helps us as adults. And we have to be calm before we can help calm children. So it's really important to learn how to do that for yourself as well. So we talk about that as adults too, because we get triggered, and sometimes we have a little bit of difficulty too, or where our behavior could a little better ourselves as adults. So before we get into too much of it, is why is there, I forgot to go to the why children have challenging behavior. So there's a variety of reasons, like Ed mentioned earlier. Some children identified with an actual behavioral issue. And there's a lot of children that are not identified, but have them. And then many of us have high ACEs scores, which is adverse childhood experiences. And those things trigger us, and they never go away. We have to learn how to manage them. So young children are the same way. And what we've learned with ACEs is that the caregivers and teachers can make the biggest difference in helping change the trajectory of their experiences. And so it's really, really become apparent how important you are to these young children and families at this time of their life, when they're learning most of everything they learn from 0 to 5. So when the pandemic hit, we were asked, can you create something for our families? Because now we have to teach them online. And they don't really know how to do feelings and emotions at home. Most people don't talk about that. Most of us who grew up, did you ever get any, did your families really talk about feelings and emotions? Probably not, for most of you. So we kept all the important stuff in there. We kept the self-regulation skills. We kept the feelings and emotions. We kept the breathing chart and the self-talking phone, which I wish I had one right now. It's just a little picture in here, but it's an amazing tool. Everything is in English and Spanish. We do have a Vietnamese kit that we were asked to translate. So we do have it in Vietnamese as well. And I think now's a good time to take a moment and ask, has anyone had used this kit already? Anyone have any comments about the calming kits? Or if you think some of these strategies have worked for you, which ones do you think have been the best way to go about it? Let's see what kind of comments we get. Armenian. One of the things that we're finding is that, we can help get translation. That's the biggest part. That's the hardest part. So let's talk offline, Matthew. Let's see what the possibilities are. We're definitely want to be inclusive to everyone and get as many of these resources in people's hands as possible. Any other comments or anything? All right, who would like to win one? Should we give a teacher kit away and a family calming kit away? So let's pick two winners, Courtney. You've got that electronic wheel, right? We can just randomly choose someone.
Yeah.
Good. We got people who want to win. Love it.
Yeah, we got lots of people. All right, so our classroom calming kit is going to go to Liliana Aguirre. Liliana, are you here with us?
Yes, I am. I'm right here.
All right.
Yay!
Yay.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So Courtney will need to get your mailing address, right? That's
Mhm.
and then family calming kit.
The family calming kit is going to go to Jeanette Ortega. Jeanette Ortega, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Yay!
I'm here.
All right, so I'm going to put my email address in the chat, and then if you guys want to save that and email me your shipping address whenever you're ready, that would be great, and we'll get those items out to you.
And these oh wow, someone gave out family calming kits during the parent summit. Any feedback on that? Were the parents happy about it? Did you give them a little show them how to use it at all? Or I'd love to hear a little bit more about that. I can't tell. It's A Seals. Are you there? Any feedback?
Might be typing maybe.
All right, so let me keep moving on because we have lots more to talk about and give away. Why is this not? Okay. They went through it with the presentation, and I'm just gonna guess the families loved it. But keep an eye on that, please, Courtney, because I still have a lot to talk about. So once we were brought out the calming kit, people started to say, wow, this is a really great tool my teachers can use no matter what. If I'm using conscious discipline or second step or teaching strategies, creative curriculum, this kind of a tool I can use in my calming corner or in my everyday practice. But one group, the Quality Stars of New York, have been using calming kits, and they asked, Dave, can you create pyramid model kits for us? Because if you're familiar with pyramid and you've gone through teaching pyramid training, you have to go back and download and print all the resources yourself up until now. And what happened was they put me in touch with Dr. Rob Corso and Dr. Lisa Fox, and we talked it over, and they said we had thought about doing it before, but we really like you guys. We like the quality of the materials that you create. Santa Clara thinks you're awesome. So we're going to go ahead and create a partnership with you. But we want you to make really good quality materials at a really affordable price and make them accessible for everybody. And so we created this partnership to take all of the training, not all of the training, but most of the hands-on materials from Unpacking the Pyramid Model book that Brooks Publishing publishes, and the training that's done by the Pyramid Model and the Teaching Pyramid, and create these toolkits for teachers to be able to use in the classroom. So in the complete classroom kit, there are 5 individual kits, and they can either be purchased as one big group or individually, depending on what your needs are. So in that kit is the famous Tucker Turtle, which I have my shirt on today because I wear it at conferences. The Problem Solver Solutions Kit for helping children. Well, I'll go through them all individually afterwards, but the Super Friends Visual, Emotional Literacy, and the Classroom Visual Kit or Classroom Management Kit. So first one, most popular, really, even if you haven't gone through all the pyramid training, we can still help you by providing Unpacking the Pyramid kits. So we do 2-hour sessions on all 5 kits. We recommend 3 2-hour sessions. We partner Tucker Turtle with Problem Solver, and we partner super friends with emotional literacy. And then the classroom management one gets its own training. And we recommend either we train for you or we do a train the trainer with you. We have some video that we can also provide you for parents. So combining the materials and the training is really important. And as I'm sure you know. So Tucker is really great because the Tucker scripted story is all about impulse control and helping children learn how to manage that anger that we all get sometime, or frustration. And Tucker's an adorable character. We have a beautiful puppet that he tucks in and out so the children can learn how to learn the turtle technique, which is 1, recognize your feelings, 2, stop the behavior, 3, tuck, breathe 3 deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth, and think of a solution that you can come out and be happy and able to be with your friends again. And this technique can be learned really fast. I've heard amazing stories from teachers that in one day, they read the story and the child went home and started, tucking when he was getting upset, and the parents were asking, "What are you doing?" Up to a week or whatever. But bringing Tucker into your program is definitely a strategy that. Whoa! How did I? Courtney.
You'll just have to hit the back arrow. Yep, there you
Wow, we went okay. Tucker.
go.
So, problem solver solution kit is again, there's a scripted story. They're about 12 to 14 pages long. They're very targeted on, children having issues and amongst each other and conflicts that they have that come in classrooms every day. And then using ways to redirect the children and giving them ideas for problem solving steps and for strategies for getting through these issues. Really, designed for reading a story, for having classroom visual in the classroom, for having cards for the children to be able to refer to that have images and strategies on them. Small group, large group, very targeted to help with different solutions and strategies for helping them. And then making friends and being a good friend and a good little citizen. I'm told right now, a lot of children are not experiencing, or didn't get a chance to really socialize, outside of their siblings. And they're coming to school for the first time and they're not really understanding, how to make friends. So being a super friend is a great little story, scripted story. And then we've got certificates for finding, when you find a child who's being a good friend or a good helper or a good little citizen, we have a cape that you can give them and award them a certificate. And when the children wear that cape, they get so excited because they want, they were recognized for doing something really good. And other children then want to be recognized. So they want they want to have good behavior. They want to be a good friend. They want to be a good helper. And that's what we learned from this super friend experience. And I don't know, maybe it's time for giveaway. Shall we give away one of each kit?
Yeah, I think so. We do
All right.
have a question too
Tucker?
from Sylvia in the chat. She's asking about having a toolbox for teachers to help them in the classroom with children with autism. She says, we've been having more children in the classrooms in school with children with autism, and teachers do not know what to do.
That is a big question. The answer to that is that, children with autism have a variety of different things that work for them. Some of them, they hear noises, and the loud noises really get them super charged up. So having noise canceling headphones in the classroom is a really good one for them. Some have sensory experience, they need sensory things like scarves and materials to grab and to feel onto. And the squeeze heart that we have in there is only one example, but a lot of squishy toys and materials they can manipulate help some of the children that have autism. So it depends on what kind of things trigger them and what kind of things will also help them calm down. So I hope that helps a little bit. It's hopefully there's some behavior specialists in your program that can also come in and help with some specific strategies for each child. But I would add more of those three things for sure. Having some noise canceling headphones, having some kind of visual, like, I don't know if you've ever seen the one that looks like a oil and water, you know, where they have a visual aid for them to calm down. Because it's hard when they're in the moment and they're having those strategies. So sensory toys, visual toys, and things for calming their hearing, I think are very helpful. Anybody else have any ideas that work specifically? Schedules. Yeah, we're going to get into that soon too. The first then scheduling, like having children understand first we're going to do this, then we're going to do that. Showing them picture visuals is in the classroom visual kit. Again, those are great techniques for that. Anything else? All right, let's give some away. We've
So,
got Tucker Turtle.
all right, Tucker Turtle classroom kit will be going to Rosie Ramirez. Rosie Ramirez, you could unmute or type a note in the chat to let us know you're here. Rosie Ramirez, going once,
Rosie.
going twice. All right, what about Debbie Dees? Are you here? Okay, Debbie Dees is here, so she gets a Tucker Classroom kit.
All right, great.
Congratulations.
And problem solver.
Problem Solver kit will be going to Sylvia Flores.
Sylvia, are you here?
Yes,
Awesome.
Rosie
Flores
Marie,
is here.
Rosie's here too.
Okay,
Okay,
perfect.
Rosie, we can do a super friend kit for you. Does that work, Rosie? I see your mic was not working.
Hey, do we have anyone whose birthday is today? Do we have a birthday today? My sister's birthday was yesterday. Not Jeannie's. Sue's birthday was yesterday. But today's the first day of summer. Woohoo!
Oh yeah.
All right, so let's keep moving on. So there's two more items in the full classroom kit. And the emotional literacy, again, is super important because children need to know what their emotions are and how to be able to communicate them. And what I heard in my workshop the other day is a lot of children are just frustrated because they can't communicate about their emotions, so they act out on them. And being able to learn about them, see pictures, play games, be able to identify on the thermometer, you know, those are things that help children to be able to express themselves, how they feel. And, you know, then we're also teaching them when you feel this way, different appropriate ways to act, and to get those frustrations or anger out through all these different strategies we talked about earlier, that are helping them. Just like breathing is one of the most important. If you can catch yourself before you get upset, breathing is one of the best. So next to that, and probably the one we should change this PowerPoint up next time, Courtney, to starting with this kit, because this is the one we recommend we start with training, because teaching children rules, regulations, teaching them routines, teaching them what's coming first, and then teaching them stop and go games so they can learn how to stop a behavior or what's appropriate when they go, and having a daily schedule so they know exactly when things are happening. Having a helper chart so that you know who's going to be helping. Getting the centers labeled in all your centers and who's going to be in that area at what time. These are all the materials that are, and transition activities, which we hear a lot of issues happen during transitions. So this tool will really help teachers to be able to set those boundaries and give those children the routines that help them to get into a classroom mode and have a positive classroom climate, which everyone's hoping to get. All right, so let's give one of these away, as well as an emotional literacy kit.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do want to point out a great comment that we got too from Janice Lee. She said, visual steps and guidelines to help children understand what is expected is extremely helpful for all young children, and even more so children with autism and other developmental delays. Using visual steps to help children understand to go along with simplified words or instructions can be used to help children learn the steps. Often too much language gets in the way, and how to teach more complex skills in smaller steps is helpful. So I thought that was a really good response to what we were discussing before too.
Awesome.
So our winner.
When we have more time, it's really, I love when we can interact, and talk to each other about strategies that are working. The other day, we spent a whole session almost just having people talk about ways that things they're doing and strategies they're using. So thank you for sharing. Okay, so what are we doing? We're giving this away? We give away everything we wanted to yet?
So our winner for the classroom visual display kit, Griselda Rodriguez, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay, yep, thank you, congratulations.
I'm very grateful.
Uh,
All right, so let's do a check-in
Alright.
before we only have, oh, go ahead, one more, sorry.
Yep, that's okay. So we're doing the emotional literacy kit as well, which was the slide before this one. Stephanie Escobar. Stephanie Escobar, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Perfect. Congratulations. All right. Yeah, we've got 15 minutes on the dot, so we can keep moving.
All right, so I just want to take a minute and ask if anyone out there has any questions or comments that they've used some of these resources and what's really helped them, or anything at all, before we move on. Okay, one other question. Has this been what you expected so far and were hopeful for? All right, I'll take one yes and move on. All right, let's keep going because we got more things to give away and more things to share with you. If I can. Oh, that's right. Okay, so just like Tucker Turtle, Surrey Spider has same friends at Sunny Stream School, but when she gets mad, then she has different solutions that she comes up with. And so we have now created the Surrey Spider kit is an individual thing that can be added to. We've been told toddlers especially love the Surrey, and so these are just now available. It's a brand new kit, adorable, same thing, helps children learn strategies to be able to manage their big emotions. All right, let's keep moving on. I went backwards. Boom. All right, let's get rid of this. We have. Right now, this is all pre-K. We are in the midst right now working on an infant toddler kit with the Pyramid Model Consortium. And we're probably 3 months away from actually having it available for sale. We're super excited because we've gotten a lot of requests and ask, you know, from the 0 to 3 population, what have you got for me? Right now we have Tucker Turtle and Surrey Spider can definitely be work with toddlers. We got some infant toddler resource books. Here you can see some pictures of the materials in action, teachers using these resources and children responding. That's our favorite thing, is when we can get pictures showing, you know, children are learning these skills and it's really helping a lot. So please share with us as you learn. So we also looked at what else can we do to enhance the Tucker and his friends. So we came up with creating puppets. So now Tucker and Surrey have hand puppets and finger puppets that can help tell the story, and children can engage more with, you know, the Tucker story and Surrey, and how they can use their imaginations, they can use their expressions, they can talk about their feelings through puppets. So let's give a set of these away. Let's give a set of each. One of the hand puppets and one of the finger puppets.
Okay. So the winner of a set of 5 hand puppets is going to go to Latonia Saucer.
Hi, Latanya. Thank you.
Not
Yay.
Tanya, I apologize.
All right, which
Okay.
one you want, the hand or the finger?
I would like the hand.
All right, you got it.
Thank you. What do I need to do? Do I need to put my name in the chat?
Yeah, you need to be able
Yeah.
to.
You can email me your shipping address. That would be great. And I'll put my email in the chat right now.
All right. Thank you so much.
There you go. Yeah, of course.
Yay.
And then our other winner is going to be Matthew Byers. Matthew, are you here?
Yeah. Yes, I'm here.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right,
Alrighty.
let's keep moving on. Okay, so then we created Tucker at Home. Again, we feel the importance of strategies that are being used in the classroom that are mirrored at home are going to be more effective. So many programs will, when they're using Tucker, they'll get a few of the take-home kits to, the Tucker take-home kit to be able to lend out to families. And some programs even have a lot of funding and a real important or focus on families, or even getting these for all their families. Again, just taking things home and letting the parents do it. Same thing with the problem solver solution kit at home. Extremely important for you able to get strategies to use to get children to problem solve amongst each other at home and with siblings. Training is especially important to us. We feel that even short, concise strategies, and I know some of you from reading the notes, we're hoping you get more of a workshop here than a presentation. And I promise that we will send out some specific strategies for you when we send this. We have all your emails. So we're going to send some very specific strategies. It's hard to do a workshop and a presentation all in 1 hour with all the different resources and materials that we have available. But I promise we will send specific things, or you can email me directly. And we can set you up when we do the training. We can invite you to some of the free trainings that we do. That get just really specific details and strategies on what you can do to help your children. So these are workshops and things we do. Any of the products we sell, we do the trainings on, and then we have workshops as well. we found a company that has these amazing book sets that support the same themes, like making friends, resilience, feelings and emotions, and many others. And we have those from infant, toddler through pre-K. And looking towards tying it all back together. So we really are trying to do what we can to support the programs with strategies. And we know it's a hard thing to do and it takes time, and you need to build these things into your teaching practice. And if you've got coaches helping the teachers following up with it, these are things that are really they're gonna work better when you've got resources, training, and coaching, all those, and then you got parents involved. These are the stories that we hear, the programs that are being the most successful. They're helping with their classroom management. It's helping with the children getting along, and the ones that are really extreme or have disabilities, we know that there's more and more children like that coming in your classroom, and not everyone's prepared for that. So that takes a little more training or extra help. We're doing everything we can to help with that as well, through our trainings and through our partnerships. We're trying to give back as much as we can to the associations to give to programs. So I would love to hear, we have a few minutes left. And if you are ready to order, or you're interested, you want to see a sample of something to take back to your program, you want us to do a little more in-depth workshop for your people, you want us to do a presentation, a shorter presentation like this on specific things for any of your management or your staff, I think we're going to have a QR code on the next page that will make that available to you. We try to keep everything in stock. I spent 25 years at Lakeshore Learning Materials, and we always had everything in stock. And I try to do the same thing with the Discovery Source so that you can get your materials quickly and get them all on time. We guarantee everything that we sell, so we want to make sure everybody's happy with what we do. And finally, if you want to schedule another meeting, these are like 30-minute sessions, and we can go through anything else in more detail, or you can reach out to me and ask me for more resources on specific ideas. We can maybe talk to Ed about having a session that's more about specific strategies like aggressive behavior and defiance, and those kind of, autism in the classroom. We'd be happy to do any and all of that. So let's take a second. Any questions from anyone?
I have a question.
Fire away.
Okay, so my name is Chantel Williams from Child Care Resource Center. You had mentioned about in terms of, infant toddlers and having within 3 to 4 months, those kits available. Are we able to request like an early kind of relief sample kit of those?
Yes, yeah, that'd be great.
And so I would just send an email inquiring about those?
Yeah, you can email me and say, hey, Dave, I'm interested in getting a early, oh, I see your note right there, Chantal.
Okay. Okay, I'll do that.
We will have some sample kits before we produce the whole entire thing, because
Okay.
that's kind of how the process works. So yes, we'd be happy to do that.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else have any questions? Comments? Anybody else want to win a complete classroom kit?
Hey, Dave, this is Ed. I'll throw a comment in if I can.
There we go. Hey, Ed, you stuck around the whole time.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for doing this and sharing these ideas and, of course, these resources. One piece to share, and we'll be sure to follow up with you on this is in collaboration with the Head Start California, we're going to be doing a survey in July on the needs of teachers and staff in the space of professional development. And so for those of you on the call, if you would keep your eye out for that survey, whether it comes from Head Start California or ourselves, we're going to be gathering some details. And that would be a great chance to then share back with you, Dave, what's in this space and maybe design some specific webinars, some lunch and learns that would be responsive to those needs. So that survey will be out in July. We'll be working with, as I say, Head Start California to get the results ready to share for our partners.
That'd be great. We already have some comments already about what people would like to see.
Yeah, and if I could just mention one other piece, I don't see Lindsay on my screen, but Lindsay, if you're still here, if you could pop on video, just to introduce Lindsay Knox, who's on our staff doing membership engagement. She's leading that survey on our behalf, and she's your point of contact. She's working with Courtney to set these up and any other particular solution webinars that we put together. So if Lindsay's still on, a chance to introduce herself.
Yeah, she's there.
I'm Lindsay. I'm the program manager here at Region 9 for membership engagement and communications. So I work with all of our members and send out all of our communications and social media materials. And so thank you for joining us, and hopefully we can have more of these. And hopefully I get to talk one-on-one with some of you guys at some point.
Yeah, I look forward to being able to do more detailed, specific things after you get the survey back. And from what we've learned and what you learn, that'd be fantastic to do some more specific strategies for people. And we can't thank you enough. Please nominate teachers. You know, we're so excited to give back, and please sign up to win a treat yourself day yourself. You know, we think it's so important to take care of yourself, and because the work you do is just very important and very stressful and demanding, and you know, we're just trying to do the best we can to help. So we're going to give one more thing away, and that's a full classroom pyramid model kit. So go for it, Courtney. And
Alrighty.
and then make sure you send Courtney your mailing address so we can send it to you. And I hope to hear from you and be able to talk with you again soon. So let's see who's going to win this.
Janice Lee.
Whoa, Janice. Hey.
Yay!
All right. Well, Janice, you're gonna probably just turn around and then give that away to someone else, right?
I am definitely going to regift it to a deserving classroom. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Oh, awesome.
I love it.
Well, thank you for joining us today. What did you think? Was it all right? Good overview, or are you going to help us figure out what to do next time?
Oh, she's already been emailing me on the side, so.
Oh, good. All right, great. Wonderful.
Yeah, we'll talk. Thanks. Yeah.
Right, perfect. Well, thank you all very much for your time. It was a pleasure. We look forward to continuing to support you and Region 9, and have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks again, Ed.
Courtney.
Thank you, Ed, and thank you, Lindsay.
Address?
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is Jeanette Ortega. I sent you my address, but I sent a direct message to you. Did you receive that?
Yes, I did get that. Thank you so much.
Okay, just want to make sure. Okay, great. Thank you
Yes.
so much. I enjoyed this. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you, Jeanette.